Hello, I'm going to be showing you guys how to take apart and clean a Nintendo 64, classic game console. This one's kind of gross. As you can see, it's got a bunch of crud in there. The reset button's stuck. That's pretty common. A lot of people think that the system is broken, but yeah, it just won't play sometimes with the reset button stuck down, and it's a really easy fix. I actually tested this one. I got it from eBay. And it works, but it's pretty unreliable with the reset button stuck. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to need what is called a game bit. I don't know if this will focus, but it's a tool that really is only specifically designed for Nintendo 64 to get these screws out. And I'm going to unscrew this and then I'll get Alright, I got all the screws out. I like to put them in here. These are like the bottom pegs for this. It pops right out. So once you get all those out, you're going to want to flip it over, obviously. Now, you can't see, but this is the jumper pack. The system will not open up unless you have to take this out. So this has to come out. So just put that to the side. And then the top shell can just come right off. As you can see, it is absolutely filthy. This is probably one of the worst ones I've seen. Look at that big ball of dust. Just dust and filth. The inside here is not too bad. A lot what you see sometimes is like cockroaches, like dead cockroaches, not not live ones. Cockroaches love electronics. But I showed you this before, the game bit. This, you can find this on eBay for like $4. Some of them come a little better, but this this gets the job done. So yeah, set that. And the next thing you're gonna want to do is get rid of some of this dust just off top, and basically it's like a puzzle. There are a bunch of screws in here. This is where you're going to want to start. This is the top shield. Yeah, you're going to want to take these screws out. So I'm going to take those out. And yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is all these screws up here, I took most of them out already, they're all the same. All these. It's just these 4 screws here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. They're different. You really don't want to screw those up because these 2 here actually go into one of the processors. I don't know why one screws into the processor, but it does. So yeah, just keep in mind what I like to do sometimes is I like to when I first started taking these apart, I took progressional pictures. So like I'll take a picture of this with like all the screws in, and then that'll help me work backwards and yeah, so I know where everything goes. I kind of know now that the 2 black screws go side by side, and these 2 like gold ones, you see this one's pretty much loose. They they go next to each other, but like they're kind of offset, and it has, you can't really see it in the video, it has like a little ring around it, almost like a washer. So that's a good way. And what I do is I put them on pieces of paper with writing on them. See, that's for the RF shield. You really don't need to know exactly what they're called. You can call it whatever you can call it, the thingamajigger. But yeah, so I just separate them like that. Alright, once you get all the screws out, this piece literally just slides out and up. Now, this has nothing electronic on it, so you can honestly just clean this with like soap and water. If you're feeling kind of leery about that, you can just wipe it down with like a paper towel. It'll get just as clean. God, this guy looks like he played this N64 on the beach or something. It's like covered in sand. Alright, so yeah, once you pull out that shield, the next step is to take out the screws that attach this whole board to this shell piece of plastic. We're basically just going to disassemble the whole motherboard. It's a total of, I think, let's see, like 14 screws. There's one here, and there's one here, one there. And then there's also the ones for the actual cartridge slot. and then you have to take the ones out for all the inputs. That's the this is the power input over here, and this is the AV input over here. As you can see, I can turn it, and you can kind of see what the back is, and you know, very familiar. And this is the insides. So you want to pull all those out, and then also up here, this is where the expansion slot is. There's you have to pull the 2 screws out of the expansion slot. There's one here and one here. And then I'm not missing a screw here. I always thought that when I was taking systems apart. It's just for some strange reason there's only one screw and it's on the right hand side. So that one goes there. So I'm gonna pull those out. And alright, I got all the screws out. I separated them like I showed before. This is for the expansion slot, you know. It's for the cartridge slot. So everything is out. Now this should just be able to lift out. Gotta watch out for this piece up here because it just kind of falls right out. It's really hard doing with one hand. See, the whole thing just comes right out. And you can kind of just slide that up and there you are. Like I said, this piece kind of just falls out. When you put it back together, you just gotta make sure it sits on there. It doesn't stay because it's kind of too heavy to sit on there. So I just put it to the side. So there you go, there's your shell. Pretty dusty, pretty grimy. Another thing is, if you want to go clean this, there's these little metal things. There's one over here, and there's this one over here, which I'm trying to just pull out. They just pop right out, and you just put those to the side. Let's see. Alright, come on, got it. Alright, yeah, so those are out. And you just have the plastic shell, and this actually comes right out. This is the little screen for the, wow, this is like such a sticky machine. I've never had this much problem. Everything, this is just being difficult. I've never had this much problems. Oh, there we go. That's the little thing for the light. For this light. You know, when you turn your system on, I just put that to the side as well. So there you go, you have that, and you have that one. I'm going to put those to the side for now. I'll clean those up in a little bit. Okay, once you get it out of the shell, this metal piece literally just pops out. Like I said, this is difficult to do with just one hand. It's being difficult. I'm gonna set you down. Sorry about that. This piece was originally right here, and this piece also sat. You can't put this on without. Oh, hold on, there's a bit of dust there. I'll get that out of the way. Yeah, so that piece originally sat there. It was a little difficult because, like I said, this system is filthy. So yeah, that comes out, and be careful with these two pieces of metal. They're like almost like tin foil. They're very, very like a soft metal. These go back onto the expansion slot. It's really simple, and this houses on here. So yeah, you can, like I said, you can clean those up with water. You just have to make sure those are really dry when you put them back in. All right, and now we have everything, the whole board. You want to be really careful cleaning this because this is all the electronics. I don't have compressed air right now, but most of the time what you want to use is compressed air to clean this out. So you just want to get out all the dust, and there's a trick to cleaning the cartridge slot, which I'll show you in a minute. And actually you can furthermore disassemble this. This pops right off, and then there's a bottom RF shield. This one usually is never that dirty, but you can clean that if you'd like. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get all my tools to clean this up. What I like to do to clean this up, I guess I have to be really careful, is I like to use Q-tips and a little bit of alcohol. Just have my alcohol right here, CVS brand. What you want to do is you want to just dip in the alcohol. You don't want it like soaking wet, so you kind of give it like a shake. And see, this right here is just filthy, so you just want to go in here and kind of clean this up and get all the dirt and grime and filth off, because like I said, it is disgusting. That was one of the big problems with, like, look at that. how disgusting. That's just from me using my left hand to just lightly swipe some of the crap off. You know, these cartridge systems, they really never die. The only problems that they have sometimes is like people spill something on them, and like the reset button gets stuck, which is the problem with this. But yeah, no, everything else is really just, unless there's like severe water damage, these things will last forever. But yeah, so we're going to continue cleaning this, and I will show you the finished product. Alright, I pretty much got it all cleaned up. This looks a lot better. There's still some minor things you can do. Like I said, you can blow some compressed air in here, kind of clean out some of these processors. Remember when I said in the beginning of the video that 2 screws screwed into one of the processors? It's actually these two, and it's this hole and this hole. I don't know why it screws in. I mean, no engineer, but what you can do is take your Q-tip with alcohol on it and just kind of clean up in here. And you can clean the tops of these, because these kind of get really gross. They're exposed to everything. You know, you can go over that in more detail. Another thing you can do is get a little more alcohol on there, kind of dab it out, shake it dry a little. Sometimes these controller ports, they don't work very well. If you just take a little and just kind of go over each little hole, shove it in there a little bit, and then, you know, go along the edge. You know, you don't want to put too much liquid in there. That'll kind of help the connectors if you're having a controller issue. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up those a little more. I just wanted to show you guys now that the system is as clean as we can get it. I'm going to try and show you guys how to clean the cartridge slot without really any special tools. This is kind of just, I mean, I learned this from somebody online. It's a pretty good method for cleaning out anything in there. You'll find the craziest stuff in there. I actually found a Dorito, a piece of Dorito in one of these systems. I cleaned this out. When I was cleaning this out, I found a couple of dead cockroaches. Like I said, cockroaches love electronics. These are the Q-tips. They're pretty filthy, some of them. But this is what I call the paper trick. I'm going to set you down for a second. Now, the paper trick, what you're going to want to do is just get a piece of, computer paper. Nothing too crazy. And rip a little piece of it. And then fold it in half until you get a little crease. And then you're going to go to your slot and you're going to put, can't really get it in there, and you're just going to slide it along. Let's see if I can get anything. I looked in here before the flashlight and there was just like crap in here. Oh, there goes some stuff. Like I said, it's really hard. Oh wow, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like hair. See if you can get a better view on the side. Some hair sticking up. I like to just grab them, pull them out. So, like I said, fold a piece of paper. Put like the open side in, so you can kind of use it as like a scoop. Just be careful not to like slide it back and forth too much. You kind of just want to go in and slide it gently, and just kind of do like a scooping method. And you can kind of just lift some stuff up and use your finger to kind of just, if stuff comes to the surface, you can pull it out. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Probably see it better on the paper. Big, long, nasty, crusty hair that I found in there. So yeah, I'm going to clean this out a little more. Alright, I'll be right back. I got this all cleaned up. I mean, as clean as I can possibly get it. They do sell like these pieces of like things you can stick in there. It's like with a cloth tip. It looks like a credit card. There's also the credit card trick where you take a credit card and you wrap like a t-shirt around it and you kind of put a little alcohol on it and you just go in and out with it gently, because the connectors in there are brass, and you can use alcohol to clean brass. You just got to make sure they're dry before playing it. Alcohol dries pretty quickly, so you really don't have to worry too much, but make sure it's dry. So yeah, everything is pretty clean. Like I said, it looked like this guy played this thing on the beach, so there's a lot of sand. I had to go up against these on these processors, these little like the solder points. There's sand all in there. There's actually a cockroach stuck in between this metal piece and this processor here. So that was cool. So yeah, I'm gonna push this aside actually now. And I'm gonna go back to this. I didn't clean this yet, but to properly clean this, get it like really shining, you're gonna want to take more pieces off. This here is one of the buttons, so I'm gonna push the pins in and pop it out. This one seems to be stuck. This is the biggest pin console I've had. So yeah, just push the pins in. And there you go. That popped right out. Look at that, it's filthy in there. I don't know if you can really see, but that's filthy, and that'll clean up good. And then you do the same thing with your stuck reset button. It's being difficult because I guarantee you, these systems are old. Young kids probably spill like soda on them and stuff. So it's out. Like all the pins are unclipped. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. That crust. Wow, that is disgusting. Let's see what the inside looks like. Inside's pretty bad. Mostly crusty. So like I said, soda or really any kind of liquid besides water will do that, because it'll just stay in there and build up, and then over time the reset button's going to be stuck. The kid who sold this to me, I guess he tried to pop it out himself. You can see the edges. It looked like he shoved like a screwdriver in there or something, and it kind of ruined it. I kind of wish he didn't, but whatever. He was trying to unstick the buttons so he could try to sell them, make a little more money. So yeah. Alright, also, I forgot. You can take the. This is like the cartridge bay. There's just 1, 2 screws here, and then this pops right out. I'm gonna take that out and I'll show you in a second. I got it out. Pretty simple, just 2 screws. But look how filthy that is. It's disgusting. And actually, cool little fact. See this little notch here and here? If you were to have like a Dremel tool or something, you could actually cut those out. Or what a lot of people do is they heat up like a butter knife or anything like that and melt those notches out, and you have a region-free N64. Because I actually recently bought a Japanese version of Super Smash Brothers, and I think I'm actually going to do it with this system. I'm probably not going to show it in this video. I'm going to pull out these, melt them or cut them out, and yeah. Another thing you got to be careful with is these are these things that come right out. They just come right out. There's a little spring on it, and there's a little piece of plastic that kind of holds the spring, so just be careful with these when you're taking them out. I don't put these under water because I don't trust like the springs getting wet and staying dry, so I just kind of hand clean these, and I'm going to put that over here with the rest of this. So once you have these out, you basically have the shell of the system as well as that piece. Like I said, these clean up with soap and water, but before putting this back together, make sure it is super duper super dry, because you don't want any moisture in here. Alright, I'm ready to put back together. Here is the motherboard. I put it back together. I just put this all back on, ready for assembly. So yeah, the first step you're going to want to do is, this part is tricky. It's going to be really tricky to do with one hand. Remember I said before that this little piece that goes in, how's it going? Over here, that's the way it goes in, but you can't just stick it on like that. It has to go onto here first, and it doesn't stay on. So you're going to have to, look at that staying. You got to kind of balance it. Well, you don't have to, but I have to because I have to use one hand. Oh, wow, I can barely do that with 2 hands. I don't know how I just did that. So this piece is in. And then you're going to want to just put all the screws back in. Here you go, all my screws, everything labeled. Where am I going first? Here. This is my first set of screws. Just move that over. Actually, the easiest way to do this is to take this off and put these screws back in first, so you're not fighting with that top piece. So you need, which screws? You need the other set of screws. So once you get those in, you can put the other piece back on. So I'm going to put those in, then I'll get back to you. Actually, before we go any further, I forgot. Take this off again. I almost forget this every time. Those two little metal pieces, nothing will screw in properly. They just fit right back in. Nothing will fit properly if those are not in. Something's housed to it. So, yeah, those have to go back in first. And yeah, these cleaned up pretty nice. It's not as filthy in there. Like I said, the guy kind of scratched the inside up there because he tried to pop it out. That cleaned up awesome. There's a minor scratch on it. Can't really clean out a scratch, but everything looks brand new. So yeah, I'm gonna screw those in. I'll get back to you. All right, with the first set of screws in, I think it's five screws up in here. You can now take this and, like I said, it just slides right in. Match up the holes up here, and then you're gonna want to grab all these little screws and put them in. And while I'm doing this, I'm also gonna put in the cartridge slot screws, as well as the power input and the AV input screws, and also the expansion slot screws, the two itty bitty screws here, and the one up here, the one that looks like there should be two, but there's only one. So don't freak out. And this can pop back in now too. Put that back. Alright, all the screws are back on. I got the shield screws, the input screws, the cartridge slot screws, that one lonely screw. It's missing its partner. Not really. No, it doesn't come with one. I'm just making a joke. The two expansion slot screws, and these wacky ones here and there. And yeah, the only thing left now is to I put the switches and the reset button back in, is to pop this back on. And look, you can see the reset button working perfectly. You know, like I said, it's just a little beat up on the side, which, you know, really no big deal. The switch before was not working very well. It wasn't switching very good. So yeah, I got that all. But actually, before you put this back on, you're gonna wanna reattach this stuff. Actually, it's not 100% necessary, but you know, it'll look like crap if you don't. So this goes on here. Like I said before, you gotta be really careful with these. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. Alright, there goes that one. You gotta pay attention to the spring on here and match it up to the plastic. I mean, the little plastic piece. You're gonna want to push down on it to create the tension needed. Oh, oops. Alright, cool. And then this. Come on. How's it gonna be difficult? There we go. And then I'm gonna hold it and then. Ta-da. Yeah. So that goes on. Like I said, with this one, I'm actually gonna leave this out right now because I don't know if I want to ruin. Like I said, I want to make this a region-free one. It has nothing to do with cleaning it or anything. I have a Japanese game right now, and I really want to play it, and I don't want to destroy mine. It doesn't really destroy. I don't want to deface mine, so I'm actually gonna. You can make it region-free by just not even having this in. So I'm gonna leave this out, and for the time being, and I'm actually gonna take these out so they don't fall out. So pretend that those are in, and then you just, like I did before, it just popped right back on. I did it with one hand, as you can see. So yeah, and then you just flip it over, and you grab your screws, and you grab your game bit, and you put it back together. And there you have it. It's back together. Like I said, I left this piece out. I want to go try my region-free game. My Japanese game on it. I'm probably going to put it back in after I'm done testing it out, making sure the game works. That looks like crap, and that would make this thing so filthy without this. So, yeah, I'm going to put this back in later. I just, there's no sense in me putting it in now, just to take it back out for the video. I got the jumper pack in. This one actually didn't come with a jumper pack when it came in the mail. I mean, not a jumper pack. I mean a jumper pack covered door. So you can order that online for like $2 or $3. The only thing that sucks about ordering the replacement ones is that they're brand new, so they don't match like these systems. They're worn. This may look like pretty cleaned up and stuff, but the sun has hit it. People have rubbed off on it, and it's just so it looks weird. It is brand new, but it looks weird. I'd rather have a used one on here than a new one, just so it matches. It looks silly. So yeah, there you have it. Everything is back together, and you are ready to play. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps some people. This is a great way to, if you just want your own system, or if you want to clean and restore them, and try to make a few bucks. Yeah, it's great. Any questions or anything? Let me know in the comments. And, yeah, long live Nintendo 64.